Okay, so the next thing we need to think about is our career conversations. Now, we know that the career conversation is very important, and what's important about it also is about who we have this career conversation with. So that's your facilitator. So we need to add a facilitator because you need to be able to send them an invite. So you need to be thinking about who would be a good person for you to have a conversation about your career with. So this could be, as it says here quite clearly, someone in education or someone more senior than you. Obviously, you need to speak to them before you send them an invite to make sure that it's something they're willing to do. So down here you add a facilitator. So again, I am going to add Chris. Now, for the facilitators, it's more professional for them to use their professional email address. So you might need to use their .NET account or their work address, whichever it is they're going to use. And the reason I say this is because they are going to be using that account as a facilitator, not as their personal account to do their own professional progress. So you need to get their professional email address and make it clear that they must register. And that's how it's different from the 360 feedback. As I said before, the 360 person does not need to be registered. The facilitator absolutely does. So as you can see down below, it's trying to give me a list of the people who match the email address that I've given here. Now, the reason it has given me someone different is because Chris is not actually registered with this email with the tool. So if he was, his name would pop up down here and I would simply click add. What I will do instead is change that and put in my own professional one and let you see how it works. And there you go. I just click add and that will add your facilitator's information. And you can add as many facilitators as you want. And once you've had your career conversation, if you no longer want them to be involved with you, you can deactivate them from your account. So career conversations. So this is the conversation that you will sit down and have with your facilitator. So let me show you the questions that you're asking yourself before you have this conversation. So the first thing you do obviously is put in a date, and then you ask yourself, how am I doing? And it's really important that you're open and honest about this, answering these questions, because this tool is here to benefit your development, no one else's. So if you just write the word fine, your facilitator is not going to get very far with that answer. So please answer the questions as you go through. And you can save and continue then once you've added information in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a blurb in there, as you can see, which makes absolutely no sense. And you can write as much or as little as you want in each of these boxes. Okay, and just save and continue at the bottom. And then again, if you have anything that you've done a paper version, because if you've printed this out and you've written it in hand, you can scan and upload it. And there you go. You've put in the date that you've done it, and you can edit it, you can attach something to it, you can print it, or you can bin it completely. Okay, so when you're thinking about your career conversation and what you're going to share with your facilitator, you go back into the facilitator button, and as you can see, I have one facilitator who is myself. Well, it should be someone else, obviously, but the private records is you choose here what you want to include that your facilitator can see. So if I want it to be private, I put a tick in it. If I want to share it, then I leave it unticked. And that's the way it goes. And you save that record at the bottom. So then I have nothing that I am keeping from my facilitator, but this is completely your choice. You can share what you want or share anything you don't want. That's the way you can do it.